Warriors, welcome to episode number 329. You're listening to the Anxiety Guy podcast. I'm Dennis Simsek. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Yes, the Health Anxiety program is now available. 12 Weeks to Freedom from Health Anxiety can begin today at theanxietyguy.com. And in today's podcast episode, we're going to go deep into the understanding around reframing and the understanding around meditation. Because there's a lot of people out there confused as to which direction they need to go. And you can't blame them. You can't blame anxiety sufferers for being confused because reframing and meditation are two completely different practices that do two completely different things. And so you may be at a point in your life where there are things that you need to express, or there may be things in your life where you need to gain more clarity on. And dependent on which one you need to follow through with a certain practice, okay? So for you, right now in your life, maybe you're still dealing with anxiety, maybe you've just started the journey, maybe you're in maintenance stage where you're past an anxiety disorder and you're continuing your healing journey. It doesn't matter where you are. These two different practices will benefit you tremendously, okay? So first I want to get into reframing a little bit. And if you're unfamiliar with any of the reframing content, you want to head to YouTube and just put in the keyword Emotional Reframing the Anxiety Guy. And what you're going to find there is a deeper understanding around the practice. As well, you're going to find a playlist, a reframing playlist that literally guides you through the exact exercises you need to implement in order to get the job done. Okay, so that's for the reframing. So let's get into reframing a little bit first, okay, just to understand this. Reframing is reorganizing our perceptions and beliefs about past events, okay? So let's say that you have a hunch, you have a feeling that you're still holding on to things from your past, okay? So you're doing a lot of, let's say, grounding work in nature, you're taking the right supplements, you are changing your diet, maybe you're sleeping better, maybe you're doing all these things, and you're hitting a plateau in your healing. You just feel like you're still holding on, maybe not consciously, but your body is holding on since the body is a part of the subconscious mind, holding on to past traumas, events, and people in your life. So what reframing will do is reorganize your perceptions and your beliefs about past events so you can move forward. Reframing rewrites a brand new story around your past relationships. In turn, you can start over in the present. Okay, so when we're talking about relationships, maybe, dad terrorized you when you were young. Maybe mom neglected you when you were young, and you learn these very difficult lessons when you were young, and you feel like now in your life you may be doing the same thing to your own kids, or you may notice that there's a pattern happening in your life that's connected to these sorts of behaviors from your parents or authority figures. So with reframing, you can rewrite a brand new story around your past relationships. Okay, this is very, very important, guys, because I'm a big believer that until true heartfelt forgiveness is present, a person cannot move into the creation phase of their life. They cannot create until they forgive. Okay, and logically, yes, we can forgive. We can sit with a talk therapist for years and focus on forgiveness, or we can go in a different route, any other method that creates emotion. Okay, and you know the difference, right? You know the difference deep down. One, logically, yes, I forgive. I've forgiven my mom. I've forgiven my dad. But when you say those words logically, there's also a feeling in your body that says, hey, you really haven't. Okay, so now we're dealing with two separate belief systems. One, where you're hoping through the conscious mind that you have forgiven, and two, the body tells you that you haven't forgiven because you get this kind of icky, nervous feeling. Okay, so guess which one we're dealing with more so when we do reframing practices. We're dealing with the belief systems of the inner child, since the body is a reflection of the inner child. Okay? Reframing releases suppressed emotions connected to mental, physical, and energetic complaints that you may have today. Okay, so again, these suppressed emotions live in the mind, they live in the body, they live in your spirit. Okay, and so when you feel like there's a blockage, maybe mentally, you feel like, there just isn't enough clarity in your life. Physically, you may be feeling symptoms, sensations, going through some complaints, physical issues in your life right now, or even energetically, you just feel like you can't seem to manifest what you want or connect with people at the level that you want to. You feel like you're grinding. You feel like you're fighting, okay? So there are suppressed emotions that are connected to these complaints. And reframing will do a fantastic job when done consistently, relentlessly, and with emotion. Will do a great job of taking care of these things. Now, what about meditation on the other hand, okay? As we all know, meditation is an absolutely valuable and essential part of everyday living. Okay, meditation can come in the form of sitting meditation, can come in the form of walking meditation, can come in the form of laying down meditation. Meditation has many forms to it, okay? Standing meditation. So meditation is something where we start to gain clarity over the root causes of our anxiety today. Okay, meditation will give you the answers. Many times after meditation, we feel a sense of calm prior to an increase in anger, fear, or sadness. And honestly, warriors, it's in these moments we must understand that we are being guided towards what truly needs to be worked on. Okay, a lot of people do their meditation practice, and then they feel, after the first few moments, they feel a sense of relief and calm in their nerves and such. Then they go through their day and they find that, oh my goodness, I'm still feeling the same way I did yesterday. Why? I just did a very valuable meditation practice this morning. Why do I feel this way? Well, you seeked answers and you're finding those answers. So why are you getting upset? Okay, in that moment when you feel like you have a short fuse and anger arises, okay, that's a moment for deep clarity. That's a moment to really get back in touch with yourself and say, you know what? I have to see this from another angle, not from the angry side of me. Okay, this anger is coming out right now in this situation because it's trying to teach me something about myself. Because isn't that the intention that I placed before my meditation? Well, there it is. There's your answer. So when we go through the day, after we have successfully gone through some meditation practices, and you feel those negative emotions starting up again, take a moment, step back, and recognize, hey, there's an answer here. There's a lesson here. There's a teaching here. Okay? Meditation can bring us into an alpha brainwave state or even deeper. Hence, we find coherence between the left analytical brain and the right imaginative brain. Anxiety sufferers need this balance in their lives. They need to end the cycle of micromanaging internally and externally and allow for their trust to grow as their curiosity grows. Anxiety sufferers feel the need to micromanage. They feel the need to pick apart every single external situation that occurs, as well as the internal symptoms, sensations, and thoughts that arise. And this is a big problem because it can wear you down. It can deplete you. This is nothing more than a very creative way that the subconscious inner child gets us to stay in the addiction to suffering. Micromanage everything, right? Make sure that you solve every single problem. Don't let go. From the inner child's perspective, don't let go. If you let go, you'll stop standing guard, you'll have less anxiety, and you won't be prepared for the next threat. These are the perspectives from the inner child, not you. You're smarter than that. You're guiding the body. You're guiding the body. The body's not guiding you. Okay, it's incredible how miraculous healings take place in the world that we don't hear about in the media when we have a certain level of heartfelt belief in our healing. Okay, this is very, very important, my friends. This is everything. Okay, because many times it's not the procedure, it's not the method, it's not the advice that heals you. Okay, it comes down to how much belief you hold based on what it is you're practicing. Okay, so if you can connect your heart to a belief system that says, I am in the process of healing and it's on the way, this is a game changer. Okay, but you know the difference between hoping and knowing. I know I'm healing. I know I'm on the right track. I know I'm listening to the right podcast. I know I'm being guided. I know. Not, I hope it works. Huge difference. Meditation reduces the need for control and certainty. These are two of the driving factors behind an anxiety-filled life. Okay? So control and certainty are the driving factors behind anxiety. You start to replace these. I'm not talking about letting go. Letting go of something is next to impossible if you don't replace it. Okay, remember that. Letting go of something, stopping something is next to impossible if you don't replace it. Okay, so whatever it is in your life, internally, externally, that you want to fix, you need to replace it with something else. Okay, because the universe doesn't like a void. There has to be some kind of feeling that you're presenting to the world in order to get back what it is you're feeling. So it's very important to replace control. It's very important to replace certainty with another meaning. Okay? When you can place enough value, remember this, okay? This is very, very important. When you can place enough value on uncertainty, when you can place enough value on this new relationship between you and the unknown, okay, you will truly, truly get to a place in your life where you feel light, lighter than you've ever felt before, even carefree, and you start to manifest miracles. And I'm talking about miracles in the physical body. I'm talking about miracles in the external world. Things will start to happen to you when you start to let go. But in order to let go, you have to place a tremendous amount of value on the things that you're afraid to do. Okay, where's the value in uncertainty? Well, do you want to live a very certain and overly controlling life and be a byproduct of your parents? Or do you want to come into your own unique, beautiful light? Do you want to do that instead and go through the purpose and mission that you're meant to go through in this lifetime? Because if you don't, you're just going to come back again and reincarnate and try again the next time. Why don't you do it now instead? We're going deep. So meditation compared to reframing. Here's the question I have for you today. Do you need to release or do you need to receive? Which one is it? Guess what? The answer I don't know doesn't exist. Okay, the answer I don't know doesn't exist. You know, you're afraid to follow what you know. So follow it, okay, because that's the only way out of this, is to have the courage to follow what you already know, my friends. So do you need to release or do you need to receive? If you need to release, start reframing. Read F. Coping, Start Healing from cover to cover multiple times. Okay? If you need to release, go on YouTube and begin practicing any one of those videos on the Reframing playlist that I have, okay? And if you need to receive, then again, YouTube, on my channel, I've got a tremendous amount of meditations, all sorts of different meditations, and whichever ones you connect with, allow them to guide you forward. Do you always need to be guided in meditation? No. Get to the point where you're guiding yourself, right? You can sit there, you can lay there, you can walk there, you can stand there. You can do it, okay? You can get to a place of nothingness. You can focus on the blackness in front of you and focusing on your breath until you feel like you can let go completely. You can do those things. Okay? You can let go completely during meditation. When you do, you will truly understand what it is you need to understand to get on the next step of the ladder called healing. Okay, so one more time. Do you need to release? If so, focus on reframing. Do you need to receive? If so, focus on meditation. Okay? There's my answers for you. I hope you're enjoying this podcast because I really am enjoying this podcast and providing you with the answers that I sought many years ago while I was healing my anxiety disorders. And I hope it's helping. If it's helping you, please take a moment right now and leave a positive rate and review for this podcast. It would mean so much to me. And again, if you want to learn more about the Health Anxiety Program, head over to theanxietyguy.com today and begin your 12-week healing with me. Remember that you are more than anxiety. I love you. Bye-bye.
The most powerful anxiety guidebooks on true anxiety recovery are now available on Amazon. Pick up Beyond Anxiety and F Coping, Start Healing, and supercharge your healing journey today. Also visit www.theanxietyguy.com to connect with Dennis and find the right online program for you. Remember, you are more than anxiety. See you in the next podcast episode.